Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for being here. We are still in the series of 2024 lineups, and we're going to wrap up the Japanese Big Four and go over Honda's lineup. Honda has several bikes that have not yet been updated for 2024. Almost the entire Dual Sport series, the sport bikes, the trials bikes, the Supersports. This is why I waited this long to do the lineup video to see if any more updates would be published, but I'm not sure when they make those updates on those series. We're going to go over them anyway. And as soon as I find out when they've done those updates, I'll do my best to do a video at that time. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to check out my other 2024 lineup videos. There's a link to the entire series at the end of this video. And please subscribe to the channel. I would love to continue to grow this channel, but to do that, I need subscribers. Thanks everyone, I appreciate your help. Let's start with the trial bikes. Neither of the two Montesa trial bikes have been updated yet, as I said. The starter model is the 2023 Montesa Coda 4RT 260R, which has a 259cc 4-stroke single-cylinder engine, 5-speed transmission, 25.6-inch seat height, weighs 170 pounds, has a half-gallon tank, and a 13.2-inch ground clearance. This is a fuel-injected bike with a kickstart lever. Cost is $9,300. Next is the Montesa Coda 4RT 301RR. This has two trims available. Both have 298cc 5-speed engines, a 26.8-inch seat height, weigh 161 pounds, and have a 12.2-inch ground clearance and half-gallon tank. Both cost $11,900. The only difference is the paint and graphics. You have the base 301RR, which is blue, and the racing replica, which is orange by the looks of it. We move from the trial bikes to the trail bikes. These have all been updated to 2024, and they're all up $100 from 2023. We start with the CRF 50F. This youth trail bike is a 50cc 4-stroke. By the way, all of the engines are 4-stroke. I didn't see any 2-stroke in here at all. With a 3-speed automatic clutch transmission. 21.6-inch seat height, 6 inches of ground clearance, weighs 111 pounds, and has a 0.7 gallon tank. Comes in two colors, white and red, and costs $1,800. The CRF 110F is the next step up in youth bikes with a 109cc 4-stroke, 4-speed, also with automatic clutch, 26.9-inch seat height, 6.7 inches of ground clearance, 169 pounds, and a 1 gallon tank. Again, two colors, cost $2,700. Interesting safety feature on both of these youth bikes. They have a throttle screw that lets you limit the throttle on the bike to keep your young rider from going too fast, or at least going faster than their skill level. Pretty cool feature. Moving on up to the CRF 125F, we have two trims. This is a 125cc 4-stroke 4-speed with a 1 gallon tank. Only one color. The base model has a 29.1-inch seat height, 8.3 inches of ground clearance, weighs 194 pounds, and costs $3,500. The 125F big wheel has 2-inch bigger wheels, has a 30.9-inch seat height, 10.3 inches of ground clearance, 199 pounds, and costs $3,900. Next is the 250cc. We have two models. First is the CRF 250F, 5-speed, 34.8-inch seat height, 11.3 inches of ground clearance, 265 pounds, and a 1.6 gallon tank. Costs $5,000. Only one color. The other is the CRF 250RX, 5-speed, 38-inch seat height, 13.2 inches of ground clearance, lighter weight at 238 pounds, a bigger tank at 2.1 gallons, and a big jump up to 8,700. We go up to the 450cc bikes. Two models here as well. The CRF 450X has a 6-speed transmission now, 37.9-inch seat height, 13.1 inches of ground clearance, 2 gallon tank, weighs 275 pounds, and costs $9,900. The CRF 450RX has a 5-speed transmission, 38-inch seat height, 13.2 inches of ground clearance, 2.1 gallon tank, 251 pounds, and costs $10,000. That's it for the trail bikes. We're going to switch over to motocross. The bottom of the line is the CRF 150R. This and the CRF 150R Expert have not been updated since 2021. They're still listed on the website at prices of $5,400 and $5,600. The rest of the motocross bikes have been updated and are up $100 from 2023. Next up is the 2024 CRF 250R. just one trim and color, 249cc 5-speed, 37.8 inch seat height, 13.1 inch ground clearance, 229 pounds, 1.7 gallon tank, price is $8,300. Moving on to the CRF 450R models, these all have a 450cc 5-speed engine. We start with the RS, which has a 37.8 inch seat height, 13.2 inches of ground clearance, weighs 244 pounds, and has a 1.7 gallon tank. Price is $8,900. This is an open class bike, whatever that means. I'm not a motocross person, so I'm not sure. The base CRF 450R has a 38 inch seat height, 13.2 inch ground clearance, 245 pounds, 1.7 gallon tank. Price is $9,700, so $800 more than the open class RS. The other 450cc is the CRF 450 RWE. The WE stands for Works Edition. This bike has a whole bunch of engine, exhaust, suspension, ECU, and graphics upgrades. Price is $12,500. That's it for motocross. We're going to move over to the dual sports. Not a lot of updates yet here. I ran into this last year as well in last year's video. I'm sure Honda's going to update these at some point, but I don't know when. We start with the XR150L, which was a brand new bike for 2023. Has a 150cc single cylinder 5-speed. Comes in two colors. Has a 32.8 inch seat height, 9.6 inches of ground clearance, weighs 282 pounds, 2.8 gallon tank. 2023 price is $29.71. Looks like a fun little entry-level dual sport and really well priced. Next is the CRF 300L series. There are 5 different bikes here. These are all 2023 models with a 286cc 6-speed engine. The base model has a 34.7 inch seat height, 11.2 inches of ground clearance, weighs 306 pounds, has a 2.1 gallon tank, and costs $5,400. The 300L ABS weighs 5 pounds more and costs $5,700. The 300LS is designed for shorter riders, has a 32.7 inch seat height, and costs $5,700 as well. The 300L Rally has a higher seat height at 35.2 and a 10.9 inch ground clearance, 3.4 gallon tank, weighs 331 pounds, and costs $61.50. The ABS version is 4 pounds more and costs $64.50. The Rally has better wind protection and comfort with the windscreen, the bigger fairing, and a better seat as well. Next is the CRF 450RL. Only one trim and model here. This is the one dual sport that has been updated to 2024 so far. We have a 450cc 6-speed with a 37.2 inch seat height, 12.6 inch ground clearance, 2 gallon tank, weighs 289 pounds, and costs $10,000. This is up only $100 from last year. Last of the dual sports is the 2023 XR650L, only one model, trim and color, 644cc single cylinder 5-speed, 37 inch seat height, 13 inch ground clearance, 346 pounds, 2.8 gallon tank, costs $7,000. Now we move on to the adventure bikes. At the bottom of the list is the CB500X, which has not yet been updated for 2024. The 2023 model comes in one color, has a 471cc parallel twin, 32.8 inch seat height, 4.7 gallon tank, weighs 439 pounds, and costs $7,300. Next is the NC750X DCT. This has been updated for 2024. One trim and color, 745cc parallel twin, 6-speed DCT, which basically means it's an automatic, no manual clutch, 31.6 inch seat height, 3.8 gallon tank, weighs 493 pounds, and costs $9,500. Again, up $100 from last year. And now introducing a new model for North America, the Transalp Adventure Bike. This is a 755cc parallel twin, fairly similar in power to the NC750, but this is a 6-speed manual transmission, not a DCT. So Honda is giving a manual transmission option in the mid-range adventure bike to the US, which I think is a smart move. 33.7 inch seat height with an optional seat that lowers the seat height about an inch down to 32.6, I think. 4.5 gallon tank, weighs 459 pounds, and costs $10,000. The Africa Twin hasn't been updated since 2022. It's still listed on the website. It comes in 4 models, the base model with and without DCT, and the Adventure ES model with and without DCT. 1084cc engine. Prices range from $14,500 to $18,100. Not sure if those are getting dropped or why they haven't been updated since 2022, but anyway, That's it for the adventure bikes. We're moving to the on-street only bikes and starting with scooters. We start with the Metropolitan. Not much for pictures here, but a 49cc automatic scooter, which in the States means you don't need a license for this, I believe. 1.2 gallon tank, 28.3 inch seat height, 179 pounds, comes in two colors and costs $26.50, up $50 from 2023. The other 49cc scooter is the Ruckus. Also comes in two colors, has a 1.3 gallon tank, 28.9 inch seat height, although seat height doesn't really matter on a scooter. Weighs a little more at 194 pounds and costs $2,900. The price has not changed from 2023. No price increase on the Ruckus. The PCX has not yet been updated for 2024. The 2023 PCX has a 157cc engine and costs $41.50. Last of the scooters is the ADV 160, also a 157cc engine like the PCX. This replaces the ADV 150 from 2023 and is up $150, now costs $4,500. We continue on to the mini bikes. These look like a lot of fun. I'd like to try most of these, to be quite honest. We start with the Navi, which has not yet been updated. The 2023 Navi comes in four colors, has a 109cc automatic transmission engine, a 30-inch seat height, weighs 234 pounds, and costs $1,807. It is their cheapest on-street bike. Next up in price is the Grom. Price doubles from the Navi to $3,600, which is $100 more than the Grom was in 2023. The Grom also comes in four colors, has a 124cc 5-speed, 30-inch seat height, 1.6 gallon tank, and weighs 224 pounds. Moving on to the Super Cub C125 ABS. This to me looks more like a scooter or moped than a mini bike. It has a 124cc 4-speed semi-automatic engine, 30.7-inch seat height, 1 gallon tank, weighs 238 pounds, comes in two colors, and costs $3,900, up $50 from 2023. The Trail 125 has not been updated for 2024 yet. It has a 125cc semi-automatic 4-speed, like the Super Cub, 31.5-inch seat height, 1.4 gallon tank, weighs 256 pounds, and costs $4,000. This definitely looks like a moped to me. Last of the minis is the 2024 Monkey. Two colors, price is $4,300, up $50 from last year. 124cc 5-speed, 30.5-inch seat height, 1.5 gallon tank, weighs 231 pounds. This has the same engine as the Grom, but with more of the retro look to it. We're going to continue on to the standard bikes. We start with the CB300R. Two colors. These have a 286cc single-cylinder engine, 31.6-inch seat height, 2.6 gallon tank, and weigh 316 pounds. Price is $51.50, up $100 from last year. We have two 500cc bikes in the standard lineup. Let's start with the CB500F, which has not yet been updated for 2024. 471cc parallel twin, 31.1-inch seat height, 416 pounds, 4.5 gallon tank. 2023 price is $6,800. The other 500cc bike is the 2023 SCL 500, same engine and seat height as the CB 500, but a smaller tank with 3.2 gallons and weighs about the same at 419 pounds. 2023 price is also $6,800. Moving up to the CB650R, also not yet updated to 2024, 649cc inline 4, 31.9-inch seat height, 4.1 gallon tank, 445 pounds. 2023 price is $9,400. Last of the standards is the 2023 CB1000R, again not yet updated. All blacked out, 998cc inline 4, 32.7-inch seat height, 4.3 gallon tank, 467 pounds. 2023 price is $13,000. We move on up to the sport bikes. The bottom of the list is the CBR 300R. The CBR 300R and 300R ABS have not yet been updated since 2022, actually, so appear to be discontinued, but we'll see. Still listed on the website. Prices are $4,900 and $5,100. The CBR 500R was updated in 2023, but not yet for 2024. Comes with a 471cc parallel twin, 31.1-inch seat height, 4.5 gallon tank, 423 pounds. Two colors. 2023 price is $7,300. Last of the regular sport bikes is the CBR 650R, also not yet updated. 649cc inline 4, 31.9-inch seat height, 4.1 gallon tank, 445 pounds. 2023 price is $9,900. We move on up to the Supersports. None of these have been updated yet for 2024. We start with the CBR 600RR, 599cc inline 4, 32.3 inch seat height, 410 pounds, 4.8 gallon tank, 12,100 for the base version, 13,100 for the ABS version. Moving up to the 2023 CBR 1000RR, 998cc high-powered inline 4, 32.8 inch seat height, 432 pounds, 4.3 gallon tank, 16,600 for the base model, 16,900 for the ABS version. And last of the Supersports is the 2023 CBR 1000RR-R RRRRRRRRR Fireblade SP. 999cc inline 4 high-powered engine, 32.7 inch seat height, 4.3 gallon tank, 445 pounds. 2023 price is $28,900. We move on to the cruisers. All of these have been updated for 2024. Starting with the Rebel series, we have the Rebel 300. Two different trims, one with and one without ABS. Two colors on each, black and orange, 286cc single cylinder, 27.2 inch seat height, 3 gallon tank, 364 pounds. This intro level bike costs $48.50 without ABS and $51.50 with ABS, both up $100 from 2023. Next is the Rebel 500. Three trims here, the base model without ABS, one with ABS, and the ABS SE model, which has an accessory package included. 471cc parallel twin, 27.2 inch seat height, 3 gallon tank, and 408 pounds. Cost for the non-ABS is $6,500, ABS is $6,800, and the ABS SE is $7,000. These are all up only $50 from last year. The Rebel 1100 comes in two trims, the manual transmission and the DCT model, two colors on each. These are both up $50 from 2023. ABS is standard, 1083cc parallel twin, 27.5 inch seat height, 3.6 gallon tank, weighs 487 pounds. The DCT model weighs about 20 pounds more. Prices are $95.50 for manual and $10,150 for DCT. This also has riding modes on the 1100. The Rebel 1100T is next. This is a touring model of the 1100 that includes a front fairing and hard saddlebags. When they introduced this model last year, they only had a DCT model. Now they have a DCT or manual options, which is good. The DCT version is up $50 from $11,300 to $11,350, and the manual transmission model that is new this year is down a little bit, costs $10,700. That is it for the Rebels. We're going to move on to the Shadows. The Shadow Aero is the classic chrome-looking cruiser, costs $79.50, up $150 from last year. This year they added an ABS option that they didn't have last year. Price on this is $82.50, one color. This is a 745cc V-twin with a 5-speed shaft drive, 26-inch seat height, 3.7 gallon tank, and weighs 560 pounds for the non-ABS, 570 pounds with ABS. The Shadow Phantom is now fully blacked out, which is a change from last year. Last year it had chrome pipes. This year they added an ABS option for this bike as well. Non-ABS is $8,400, which is up $400 from last year. That's interesting. I guess that's because of the blacked out option. The ABS option costs $8,700. This has the same 745cc V-twin 5-speed shaft drive as the Aero, slightly lower seat height at 25.6 inches, 3.9 gallon tank, and weighs 543 pounds for non-ABS, 553 pounds for ABS. Last of the cruisers is the Honda Fury, Honda's version of a chopper. Only one color. This is actually priced the same as last year at $11,500. 1312cc engine, ABS is included as standard, 5-speed shaft drive. I find that interesting, it's only a 5-speed. 26.9 inch seat height, 675 pounds, 3.4 gallon tank, and a monstrous 71 inch wheelbase on this thing. I really want to try one of these out sometime. I don't know that I'd want to own one, but I do want to try one. Last of the Honda bikes is the touring models, which of course is the Goldwings. These all have an 1833cc 6-cylinder engine. First up is the base Goldwing. Last year the base model only came with the DCT. This year they are offering a manual transmission model as well. The DCT model is $25,700, up $100 from last year. The non-DCT model is $1,000 less at $24,700. Non-DCT is a 6-speed shaft drive with a 29.3 inch seat height, 5.5 gallon tank and weighs 800 pounds. The DCT has an automatic 7-speed with reverse and walking modes. Other specs are the same. The Goldwing Touring model has 3 options. The base model has no DCT. Then we have a DCT option, and then we have the DCT with an airbag. These are all up $100 from last year. They all have about the same specs as the regular Goldwing, other than weighing about 40 pounds more with the Tour Pack on the back, up to around 850 pounds, plus or minus a few pounds, depending on which model you pick. The non-DCT option on the Tour model has an electric reverse as well because of the extra weight. Prices are $28,700 for the base model, $29,700 for the DCT, and $33,000 for the DCT with an airbag. Honda's price increases are really low, the best I've seen considering they're already very competitive prices. I'm bummed at how many of the bikes haven't been updated yet, but there you have it, folks. That's everything that's available right now with prices and specs from Honda. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and hit that notification bell. I appreciate all of you. Stay tuned. Merry Christmas. We've got several more 2024 lineups to do yet. Take care.